The boy who learned to fly. 12-year-old Marcus stood at the edge of the basketball court, watching his older brother sink shot after shot into the hoop. Every ball seemed to glide effortlessly through the net, as smooth as water flowing down a stream. Marcus clutched his own basketball tightly, his palms sweating despite the cool autumn breeze. He had been practicing for 3 months, yet he still missed more shots than he made. Maybe I'm just not meant to be good at this, he muttered to himself, kicking at the dusty ground beneath his sneakers. That evening, Marcus' grandmother noticed his slumped shoulders at dinner. What's troubling you, young man? She asked gently. Marcus explained how discouraged he felt about basketball, how his brother made it look so easy while he struggled with even the simplest layups. His grandmother smiled warmly and shared a story from her own childhood. When I was your age, I wanted desperately to play the piano, she began. My fingers felt like they were made of wood for the first year. I played the same scale 200 times every single day, and it sounded terrible. But I kept going because I loved the music, even when I couldn't yet create it myself. She paused and looked directly into Marcus' eyes. Your brother has been playing basketball for 5 years, Marcus. You've been practicing for only 3 months. The difference between you isn't talent, it's time and persistence. The next morning, something shifted inside Marcus. Instead of comparing himself to his brother, he decided to compete only with yesterday's version of himself. He created a simple chart on his bedroom wall, tracking how many successful free throws he could make out of 20 attempts each day. On Monday, he made 4. By Friday, he made 6. Some days he improved, and other days his score stayed the same or even dropped. But Marcus kept showing up at the court every afternoon, rain or shine, hot or cold. He stopped focusing on perfection and started celebrating small victories. The day his shooting form finally felt natural, the afternoon he made 3 baskets in a row for the first time, and the moment he realized he no longer dreaded practice, but actually looked forward to it. 3 months later, Marcus' teacher announced that the class would participate in a school-wide basketball tournament. Marcus felt his old anxiety creeping back, but this time he remembered his grandmother's words and his own progress charts, now filled with steadily climbing numbers. During the final game, with only 33 seconds remaining and his team trailing by 1 point, Marcus received the ball near the 3 point line. Time seemed to slow down. He didn't think about his brother or about missing or about what others might think. He simply remembered the thousands of practice shots that had brought him to this moment, bent his knees the way he'd practiced, and released the ball with steady confidence. The gymnasium erupted in cheers as the ball swished through the net. Marcus' team had won, but more importantly, Marcus had discovered something far more valuable than victory. He had learned that consistent effort, patience, and self belief could transform what once seemed impossible into reality. Let's move on to our first set of questions. Number one says, how long had Marcus been practicing basketball when the story began? Like always, let's go back to the story to find out how long he had been practicing basketball when the story began. Okay, let's go. If you look at the first paragraph, you will see your answer there. This will not be straightforward, just like it was for previous series that we have treated, because this is at the grade 5 level. But if you check your first paragraph and you check the third and fourth line, you'll see your answer there. Let me read. Marcus clutched his own basketball tightly, his palms sweating despite the cool autumn breeze. He had been practicing for 3 months, yet he still missed more shots than he made. Seen your answer yet? You should have. Okay, let's go back to the question. The question says, how long had Marcus been practicing basketball when the story began? He had been practicing basketball for 3 months. The other one says, what did Marcus create on his bedroom wall to track his progress? The other one says, what did Marcus create on his bedroom wall to track his progress? All right, let's go back to the passage like we always do. You can pause the video and read. Go for third paragraph. Pause the video and read. The next morning, something shifted inside Marcus. Instead of comparing himself to his brother, he decided to complete only with yesterday's version of himself. He, he created a simple chart on his bedroom wall, tracking how many successful free throws he could make out of 20 attempts each day. Can you see the answer there? He created a simple chart on his bedroom wall. So let's go answer the question. It says, what did Marcus create on his bedroom wall to track his progress? He created a simple chart. You can stop there. This is grade 5. You don't have to start adding extraneous information, extraneous parts to your answers. You can just focus on the question. It just says, what did Marcus create on his bedroom wall to track his progress? He created a simple chart. That answers the question. I hope you learn one or two things from this session. If you have any question, put it in the comment section. See you in the next one.